Neck is nice, nice. Always there, always round and uppercase, Cunt. In a jagged, wicked electric pulse, then soft in, warm in, Cunt. Then T, then sharp, certain tangy T. Texture, take, tint, tight, tantalizing, tensing, taste. Time, tactile, tell me, Cunt. Say it with me, Cunt.
Why she always gotta draw? Yes, Tony.
Hey, Judy!
A 6-year-old girl was asked, if your vagina got dressed, what would it wear?
Red high tops and a nice cap. Red high tops and a man's cap worn backwards.
She's so cute.
If it could speak, what would it say?
It would say words that begin with V and T. Turtle and violin are examples.
What does your vagina remind you of?
A pretty dark peach, or a diamond I found from a treasure and it's mine.
Okay. What's so special about your vagina?
Somewhere deep inside, it has a really smart brain.
And last question. What does it smell like?
Snowflakes.
Sex workers have rich, compelling, complex relationships with their vaginas. This particular woman blows my mind. She was a sex worker, but she only did sex work with women.
I love vaginas. I love women. I do not see them as separate things. Women pay me to dominate them, to excite them, to make them come. I did not start out like this. No, to the contrary. I started out as a lawyer. But in my late 30s, I became obsessed with making women happy. It began as a mission of sorts, but then I got involved in it. I got very good at it, kind of brilliant. It was my art. I started getting paid for it. It was as if I found my calling. I wore outrageous outfits when I dominated women. Lace and silk and leather, and I used props, whips, handcuffs, ropes, and even dildos. There was nothing like this in tax law. There were no props, no excitement, and I hated those blue corporate suits, although I wear them now from time to time in my new line of work, and they serve quite nicely. There were no props in corporate law. No wetness, no dark mysterious foreplay, no erect nipples, no delicious mouths, but mainly there was no moaning. Not the kind I'm talking about anyway. This was the kid I see now. Moaning was the thing that ultimately seduced me and got me addicted to making women happy. When I was a little girl and I would see women in the movies making love, making strange orgasmic moaning noises, I used to laugh. I got strangely hysterical. I couldn't believe that big, outrageous, ungoverned sounds like that came out of women. I longed to moan. I practiced in front of my mirror on a tape recorder, moaning in various keys, various tones, but always when I played it back, it sounded fake. It was fake. It wasn't rooted in anything sexual, really, only in my desire to be sexual. But then, when I was 10, I had to pee really bad. On a car trip, it went on for almost an hour. And when I finally got to pee in this dirty little gas station, it was so exciting. I moaned as I peed. I couldn't believe it. Me moaning in a Texaco station in the middle of Louisiana, I realized right then that moans are connected with not getting what you want right away, with putting things off. I realized moans were best when they caught you by surprise. They came out of this hidden, mysterious part of you that was speaking its own language. I realized that moans were, in fact, that language. I became a moaner. It made most men anxious. Frankly, it terrified them. I was loud and they couldn't concentrate on what they were doing. They lose focus. Then they lose everything. We couldn't make love in people's homes. The walls were too thin. I got a reputation in my building and people stared at me with contempt in the elevator. Men thought I was too intense. Some called me insane. I began to feel bad about moaning. I got quiet and polite. I made noise into a pillow. I learned to choke my moan, hold it back like a squeeze. I began to get headaches and stress-related disorders. I was becoming hopeless when I discovered women. I discovered that most women love my moan. But more importantly, I discovered how deeply excited I got when other women around me moaned. When I was responsible for making other women moan. I made love to quiet women and found its place inside of them. And they were shocked themselves in their moaning. I made love to moaners and they found a deeper, more penetrating moan. It was a kind of surgery, a kind of delicate science. Finding the tempo, the exact location, or of the moan. That's what I did. Sometimes I found it over women's jeans. Sometimes I snuck up on it, off the record, quietly, disarming, the surrounding alarms and moving in. Sometimes I used force, but not violent, oppressing force, like more dominant. I'm going to take you someplace, don't you worry. Lay back and enjoy the ride kind of force. Sometimes it was simply mundane. I found the moan before things even started. While we were eating salad or chicken, just casual, just right there with my fingers. Here it is like that, real simple in the kitchen, all mixed in with the balsamic vinegar. Sometimes I used props. I loved props. Sometimes I made the woman find her own moan in front of me. I waited, stuck it out until she opened herself. It wasn't fooled by the minor, more obvious moan. No, I pushed her further, all the way, into her power moan. There's the clit moan. The vaginal moan. The combo, clit vaginal moan. There's the almost moan. The right on it moan. Deeper. The elegant moan. Wait, right there. The Jewish moan. No.
What?
Wait. There's the African American moan. Oh, shit! Wait. Here's the baby moan. Goo, goo, gaga, goo. Here's the diva moan. Oh! The college moan. I should be studying. And finally, the surprise, triple orgasm moan.
some time without any mention of birth. This was a bizarre omission, but then again, a male journalist currently asked, what's the connection? Our author, Eve Ensler, was present for the birth of her granddaughter. She was in awe of vaginas before that moment. She's in deep worship now.
Yes, Harry. Oh, her foot. She got this thing.
I was there when her vagina opened. We all were. Her husband, her mother, and I, and the nurse from Ukraine who stuck her whole hand up there in her vagina. Feeling and turning, and with her rubber gloves, she casually talked to us like she was turning a loaded faucet. I was there in the room when the contractions made her crawl on all fours, made unfamiliar moans leak out of her pores, and still there after hours when just screaming